architecture, Revit, Google Sketchup, what have any of them got to do with each other? As I spoke about in my video presentation on the previous page, we produce most of our work in Revit and SketchUp, and being that may, Revit and SketchUp are the most awesome programs, and what really happens to pull the whole thing together at the end is I use Adobe Photoshop. There are other programs that you can use out there. Adobe is the most awesome program in the world. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I don't think there's anything like it on the planet, and I've used it for close on a few years and just absolutely love using it. It's so versatile. It allows you to place things on a page and to customize sizes and colors and touch up, and a myriad of tools that probably take you 10 years to learn. It's so jam-packed full of tools, and just wanted to show you some pictures from Adobe, what we've actually done. This is a picture of a shopping center in India, and the shopping center in India is rendered in SketchUp. So basically we get the lines of SketchUp, we get the perspective right, we get the design right, and then the picture is taken from a still image, which takes probably about 20 seconds to export without shadows or anything, and we bring it into Photoshop, and we've actually montaged photographs of shops and done solar flares and kind of mixed this whole project up to come out as beautiful as you are and pristine as you are busy watching. So Photoshop is a tool. It's the modern day artist's tool of note, and photo montaging from photographs, existing photographs that have probably been taken in a shopping center, and working it to a point where it gives you the most exquisite drawing, the most exquisite perspective. It's a little bit time consuming to do this type of work, but if you've got a flair for art and you enjoy painting and watercolors and airbrush, so this is the same type of energy that you get from Photoshop. And I just wanted to say I also use Photoshop for layouts, for logos, for labeling, and I'm going to show you a series of drawings that express the simplicity of a conceptual drawing. You must always remember, these aren't final production drawings. These are conceptual drawings. These are right at the beginning of the production line. A couple of days after you've met your client, they get a series of drawings like these, and this is kind of where Photoshop comes into play to assemble that document. And it's very exciting because you can do front pages. I like to use an A3 size, and then when I go to the print shop, I ask them to print out on a thick card, because when it's on a thick card it just gives it a very tangible feeling of being very professional. If you put it on a flimsy paper, it just kind of doesn't show the client the speciality behind the work. So I like to put a front cover and a back cover on my booklets, and everyone in the meeting, let's say there's 6 or 7 people that will come to the meeting if it's a commercial job, then they all get a copy of that brochure, bound with a see-through plastic front and a hard back, and everyone will get a copy to take away with them to go and mull about and think about and come up with some radical ideas fast. So really what it's all about, the whole process, is exporting your pictures from SketchUp and bringing them into Photoshop and then doing your layouts. So the production line goes Revit, SketchUp, maybe back to Revit again, back to SketchUp, and when you're happy with that process going back and forth and you refine your design, then you export it to Adobe Photoshop will, or Adobe, or however you Americans call it, let's call it Photoshop for now, and produce your final drawings. And thank you for listening to me, and I'm just excited to share my method.